Hello students, this is the lesson based on math expressions and this is the lesson for today. I wanted to make a quick video for those who missed today's class. So you would go to Schoology. This is the Schoology where you would see Unit 3. Go to Unit 3 and go to the math expressions page. And there you have the today's plan where you'll go to this link and this is what you will see. Okay, so in this we are teaching expressions and assignment statements. So let's go one at a time. So here you see that this is a typical assignment statement. You must remember to use the word gets for assigning. So its assignment is like giving the value of whatever is in the right hand side into the variable on the left side of the equation. So it's not like a math equation where you are equaling stuff. It's more like the score is getting the value here. That's what it means. Like here, x gets 8, y gets 15. Okay, so if we actually quickly look at how this works, I'm going to show you a small t-chart, how to work with this. So I'm just making a snip of this so I can write. So here, make it a habit from now on to make a t-chart of what's going on. So this is x and y values. So here x gets 8 initially and y gets 15. But later on, y is getting x's value. So whatever is in y before, it's getting cancelled. It goes away. And whatever is in x goes into y. And now the next statement says, so these three are over. The next statement says x equal to 0. So whatever was in x is gone now. Now there is 0. So if you have to do the system.println statement on x and y, it will show you 0 and 8 as the output. Okay, that's how this works. So let's go more in detail. Here when you scroll a little bit down, you again make a t-chart. So I'll make a t-chart here again. So here, if you see, we'll start with this. We'll start with first make a t-chart, x and y. So x is 3, y is 2, right? Now he says x is y. So whatever is in y is now going to x. So this is gone. X gets y. So x is 2. And now if you print, it'll show 2 and 2. And after that, he says y is 5. So y's value is now replaced with 5. So you're left with 2 and 5. And you see, these are the first system statements, and these are the next. So, so you go through this workflow in the CS Awesome website. And now this is another thing. So let's actually practice this quickly. I'm going to make a snip again. Okay, so here, as I told you, make a t-chart. This time there are 3 variables. So x, y, and z. So let's go through it. X is 0, y is 1, and z is 2. So 0, 1, and 2. Now he says x is equal to y, or meaning x gets y. So x gets y, so x gets the one value that was with y. And then y equals y times 2. So you're multiplying y by 2 and replacing whatever was there before. So now this gets to be 2 because 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, so this is done. Now z gets 3. So there is no more 2 in z, there is 3. So if you have to get the output, you'll get 1, 2, and 3 as the answer, which is this guy. Okay, so you can check that. So you will get the answer as correct. Okay, so now there is a mix-up code. Here you need to switch x and y. So what would you do to switch x and y? So let's make a snip of that also quickly. Okay. So if you see, the first assignment variables must be first declared. So this block of code must go there first. So let's make a t-chart also. Again, there are three variables here, x, y, and temp. So initially x is 3, y is 5, and temp is 0. So eventually the code must look like 5 and 3. The result must be like x should be 5 and y should be 3. So for that to happen, we have to first store, we cannot directly say x is 5 and y is 3 because this information will be lost. So we have to store it in some other variable meanwhile. So we'll use the temp variable for that reason. So that's the reason why we first assign x values into temp, meaning temp should get x. So that should be the next statement. Temp should get x. So which means temp is no more a 0, it will be a 3. And then we can assign y's value into x. So that means, so x gets the y value. So this is the next one. X gets the y value. So which means it is 5. All right. So now x is replaced with 5. But then we have to bring 5 to 3. So how would we do that? So I should assign temp's value into y now. So which means this is the thing. So temp should be going into y. So y equals temp should be the last statement. So that means that it will be 3 here. Okay. So that's how you're switching. So we must take help of a third variable if we have to switch. Okay. So you try that. I just gave you the code. There will be one statement left out, which is okay. And that's what he says also. So now temp is x, x gets the y value, and then y gets the temp value. Okay, you can check it. Okay, perfect. Next. So I want you to try the next. Here its only thing is that score equals score plus 1. You can write that also. You have to first initialize int score equal to 0, and then you can use it to add numbers on it. Okay, so this score equals score plus 1 is a typical incremental statement. So normally you can actually alternately you can write it as score plus plus. So you don't have to write the statement all the time. If you just write score plus plus, that is good enough. Okay, just to let you know. That's called increment. There is another called plus plus score, which first increments and then stores into score. This is score will first store it and then increment it. So there is a difference between both, but you will know that in some advanced classes. So don't worry about that right now. Okay, so let's come to this. This is the main crux of our program. So what we need to do is there was some program here. Okay, so here public static void main. He wants to use a tool or an object called scanner where it scans the input from the user. So scan is equal to new scanner system.in. This is a typical statement. You should not be changing it. So what is thing is you are now allowed after constructing that using this constructor, you can use it to scan whatever is input by the user. So name equals scan.next line, and then you would print out the name. So you're taking the name from the user and then saying hello to him. So here, if you want to run it, you would run it, and it'll take a moment to run. And you can say, just say Tom or any your friend's name, your name, whatever. He'll give you back hello Tom. Okay, so that's the so that's how you scan. You see this name equals scan dot next line. If you have to scan an integer, you can say scan dot int next int. All right, but you have to end with scan dot close. So that's one thing. We're going to use this for our homework. And let's quickly look at the operators. So you have the plus, minus, times, and division. All of these are there. But there is something called equal or mainly it's used for comparison. It's not used for assigning. So this is called a comparison operator. So it's just like saying, is 2 equal to 3? No, right? So it'll return false. So it'll return a Boolean value. So is 2 not equal to 3? Yes, that is true. So you will have true as the result. So that's how it is, okay? The other thing is, here if I just do 2 divided by 3, it'll give you a whole integer. But the thing, 2 divided by 3, if you see, it'll be a 0. But if you put a 2.0 or something, then it'll return the decimal value. So just keep that in mind. That's with the division operators. Now we'll learn precedence, operator precedence. It's just like our good old PEMDAS. The multiplication gets the precedence here. The parentheses get the precedence here, and so here, and so on. Okay, so that's the reason why you will get the result as per the question. Now this is the main thing. The modulo operator is a division operator. So let's see. So if you have something like this, so a division operator, so suppose I say 6 divided by 3, right? Is there a remainder? No. So if I say 6 mod 3, the remainder is 0, so you'll get the answer as 0. So you're looking at the remainder as the answer. If you have 6 divided by, let's say, 7. So now the denominator is more than the numerator, then there is nothing that goes into 6. So the answer will be 6 by itself. So the remainder is 6 in this case. The other thing is, if you have 7 mod 3, then the remainder would be 1, because 3 goes into 7 2 times and there will be 1 remainder. So that's the mod operator. I want you to go through that also. So I want you to answer these. I'm in, so I have some 3 minutes, so I have to quickly finish the video. So here, this is the main crux of our program. So here, we have to get the user inputs from, so the idea is, what is your age, what is your dog's age, and dog's age in years. You're writing program to get those 3 outputs. So you're taking help of this REPL.template, and this is what you'll be using even in the program, the lab that you're going to do today. So this is the thing. I'm going to give you the code, the filled in code, a snapshot of that, and put it in the Schoology. But the idea is, here you're scanning as you see here, and then you're scanning using nextInt. You'll get the user's birth year like that. You'll get the dog's birth year, and you have to write the formula to find the age. Okay, the birth year minus the current year, birth year, or the current year minus birth year. So, and when you multiply it by 7, you would get the dog years. So I'll give the completed code as a snapshot to you all and put it in the Schoology. But once you run it, it'll actually have you enter. So this is the finished code that I tried out earlier. So it'll ask you to input the current year first, you see this, and then your birth year, the dog's birth year. So it'll calculate the ages, your age, the dog's age, and the dog age in years, in dog years. So everything will be done for you once you write the code. All right. So the homework is for you to go to Schoology and go to the lab. You would go to this lab and go to this worksheet. If you see the questions, this will be a preview. So in that, you have to answer these questions. The question is, the program should ask the user to input 2 integers and find the sum and difference. So you should use this scanner app, and you will get the template from the CS Awesome. So get from there, from this link, and solve the Schoology question, and then complete these. No spaces in your answers. Okay, no spaces in your answers. All right, good luck. I'll see you next time.